What's up, bitches? This is Make GTA 103. Um, Tired, not because it's been a long day, but because I just did a half an hour of doing definitions for a college English class, which kind of sucked blue balls, but doesn't matter now because I went vinyl shopping today, which was really spectacular because this is a record store in my town that I haven't been to before. It has a huge, like, fucking punk vinyl selection, so it's pretty nice. I'll take my glasses so you can see my beautiful blue eyes. Hey, ladies, for whoever the fuck is watching this because and doesn't have a life because clearly I don't. So without much further ado, this has been kind of inspired by Jared Steweets, I think his name is. He's the guitarist for Night Loner. I've seen a lot of his collection videos, so I was like, gotta, maybe try that. So, this is basically just going through my whole record collection that I've been collecting down in California. I have a shitload of records back there that I got from my mom's coworker, which I'm thinking about trading in for store credits so I can buy more records. Actually, might not give that much because it doesn't have all that great. It doesn't have all the great shit. It doesn't have all that shit. So without further ado, here's I'm just going in order with my history. So this is the first record I bought down here. This overplayed record of all time. One of the most overplayed, like with Blitzkrieg Pop, like there's literally so much media you've heard it from. I mean, there's many songs that you've heard everywhere, but I decided to get it because, I wasn't much like Fuck the Clash phase as I kind of am now, but so this was kind of like my classic punk phase. I mean, I listened to this a lot when I was in 6th and 7th grade, so I was like, maybe remember the good old days or some shit. So, yeah, bought this at Barnes and Noble. Barnes and Noble, where you can be pretentious and there's even Starbucks. So, yeah, pretentious and hips. That joke failed. Anyways, so when your dad manages a radio station, you get pretty cool free stuff. So without much further ado, here is a green final of Mo Money, Mo Problems by Biggie Smalls. Biggie Dick Smalls. So it's basically just Mo Money, Mo Problems with some. The only different is like Fuck You Tonight. But basically it's just More Money, More Problems remixes, and it comes in a lime green vinyl, which as you can see here. So my dad got this for me for free, I guess. It was part of like promotion, so yeah, this was lying around at the record, I mean, not record, but at the radio station that he works at. Not a big I mean, I don't listen that much to hip hop as I used to. Not, I mean, I used to listen to a lot when I was younger, but I don't anymore. And here comes my lovely dog Coco. How are you? Now she's moving the chair. This wonderfully. Fuck! 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 Ugh. Coco, don't do that. Coco, lie down. Lie down. Sorry for the interruption. Coco, lie down. Coco, lie down. Lie down, honey. Lie down. Oh, you love to lie down. Lie down. Oh, lie down. Lie down. Lie down. Ooh, Coco, lie down. Lie down. Coco, lie down. Fuck, fuck. Ugh, Coco, stop that, please. Okay, I'm gonna have to cut this part of the video. Sorry for the interruption. My dog Coco went out of the room because she was trying to move the chair, trying to get my attention. She loves people's attention, so it almost like, you know, tripped over my amp. So I had to cut the video. Sorry. Anyways, back to where we were. More money, more problems. I feel like this is kind of misleading because the more money you have, it probably doesn't create that many problems, but I guess that's what, hit. I mean, just went together. Anyways, this was a year ago. This was a day after my 17th birthday. I went to the Music Feels Good Festival, which wasn't that, like, it wasn't punk really. I mean, there was a few punk bands. There was, or noise rock. It was more noise rock. It was like, they had Mets and they had the Melvins, whom luckily got to see live. Great performances, and also got to see the specials. But the really cool part was they had these vinyl stands where you could go into them like you're at a fair or something. They have the tents over, and so they had vinyl, a lot of punk vinyl, such as Crass, Die Cruisin', a lot of obscure shit. So it was pretty nice. So I got my hands on this, which in some ways I kind of regret because maybe I could have gotten a Crass record or something, but not too sure. Anyways, decision's already been made. I got myself Give Me Convenience or Give Me Death by the Dead Kennedys. It is a compilation of theirs. It's from, after they broke up. So it has basically all their singles. Comes in nice vinyl. Yeah. Fuck, I always hate putting vinyl back in their sleeves. It feels like I'm gonna break it because it's like, fuck. Get in there, get in there, get in there. Okay, so, and then, this is so unprofessional. I guess, if it was supposed to be professional. Fuck. Domestic Violence Week begins. This is their booklet of all the songs. Cute, has all the collages that they're famous for, with good old corny black sense of humor or something. Jesus Christ. Jesus, I feel like it's like a frisbee, or like those little mats they have in like PE or something. Can this even break? I don't think you can break this. Yeah, you can probably break it. I'm very new to this, so to record collecting and even to record players, so I have a lot to learn. I'm cutting this out. Probably fucked up putting that together, but so yeah, the Kennedys can answer Give Me Death. And then we have what is probably my favorite album of all time. Call me pretentious, call me a hipster, call me a pussy, I don't give a shit. Miles Davis, Kind of Blue. This is for me a very detrimental album of mine, or just very like God, I am so like not in the mood for thinking tonight. I wish I was very poetic, but I love this album. It's a famous jazz album. It's probably the best selling ever. It's I just think it's really relaxing. It's I really like the song So What. I mean, just the opening song is probably the highlight of the whole album, which might be kind of a bummer, but yeah, I might say this is my favorite album of all time. I just like it a lot. Just comes, very basic, Kind of Blue, Columbia. Damn it, I actually hate putting the shit out. Fuck, I'm not doing this again. I wish I could be like Anthony Fantano and just pull it out and put it back in and stuff. You can totally just get away with it. Anyways, we have Psycho Candy, made by the douchiest fucking people on the planet. If you ever seen an interview with Jesus and Mary Chain about, like, one of the earliest they ever given, they're fucking assholes. Like, very, like, first class assholes. Shit heels. Jesus and Mary Chain, but damn, did they come up with a good debut album. So, and it's recorded by John Lauder. You can see on top of there, right there, John Lauder. If you don't know who he is, he produced, or he recorded a lot of the Crass records, and he even recorded the first half of Songs About Fucking by Big Black, and he also recorded many bands like Crass, like the original anarcho-punk bands. And anyways, great record and recording engineer. He even influenced, I think, Steve Albini, and that's where he gets a lot of his techniques from, is John Lauder. Anyways, so yeah, this is pretty cool. I like the this is probably my only favorite from Jesus Mary Chain, to be honest, because it's their more it's just I just love the noise on this album. I love the very nonsensical, or just very like Alice in Wonderland, if I had to describe it. That's what kind of comes to my mind. It's like Alice in Wonderland. It's just so random. Like, Beehive, I'll be your plastic toy. Just coming up with these lyrics, random. Nothing like the Jesus Lizard, though. And when I get a vinyl record from Jesus Lizard, I'll be very, very happy. Anyways, this is a very disorganized video. um, so I went record buying today, record hunt, and I from the new records from not the new but the record store that was in my town I haven't been to, got 4 records, most of them punk, and this one being Bad Brains. Great album. Love this album. Love I mean, this was probably their only good album because, yeah, as I think one of my friends said, it got worse from here, basically. I mean, it's just noisier than their later stuff. Look at those mofos. It's just, so, like, just love the album. Just love it. They're great musicians. They play pretty. They play with fast and very very hyper, but very top notch. It's a great album. I mean, one of my favorite from the hardcore, even though a lot of the hardcore music's kind of childish a little bit, I guess I would say. Also got, you call me pretentious with this one, or Eurotrash. Kraftwerk's Europe, I was about to call it Europa. Let's call it Europe? No, no, yeah. Trans Europe Express, which is from 1977. This is from their Kling Klang label. I think Kraftwerk, for me personally, I think only like their stuff up till the 80s, because when it got to the 80s, it was basically just a bunch of like, it felt too popular, if that makes sense, without sounding too like obnoxious. Like, I just think like this was when they were more like not bleak, but more like underground, more like they transcended what music was at that time. I mean, this like sounds like it's now. Like this could come out now. I mean, this is just an amazing, just like ahead of its time. I mean, what they were doing. And let's check out the shit. Comes with a booklet, you know. And I love how with all Kraftwerk's releases, they look like a German knockoff of the Beach Boys, if you can see that. I mean, just I always love these like from the 70s and 80s, these black and white photos of bands, especially with the touch and go bands like Big Black and Killdozer, especially. Fucking this camera. This is. I don't have to practice these videos. Anyways, if you can see that. Anyways, it's fucking. I'm so bad at this. So if you could see them, just down there in front of a train, not that important, but what else? I mean, to show you, I guess. Wonder who's still watching this. And I mean, oh fuck, I'm just tired. Fuck with these poor chaps. They're basically like the Beatles, or they're more. I think they're more influential than the Beatles. I think I've heard that a quote like that one time, and I actually somewhat agree because I think they kind of influenced a lot of electronic music, and that's kind of what a lot of music is nowadays is done electronically. So they influenced that. They were one of the first bands that kind of do that. Well, not one of the first, but there were many. I mean, there was many like people doing that beforehand, doing really experimental shit, like Dorothy Danes or Dorothy Lane or something. But basically, you get what I mean. Um, we got a lot of people might hate this album, but I like it. The Resonance. If you don't know what this band is, I mean, the album Duck Stab from 1978. This whole thing's disorganized. If you don't know this band, they're I don't know what to call them. They're experimental, absolutely, but they're kind of like poppy too with some of their stuff. And no one knows who they are. They've made music secretly, I mean, in secrecy since like 1969. No one knows who these guys are, and they're just insane. Like none of their music is intelligible in any sort of way, and it's just like listening to Primus on meth or acid or whatever the hell type of drugs you made in your closet or bathtub or oven. So there's the record. It's really hypnotizing to look at this while you're watching it play. It looks like it's like you're being hypnotized, literally. It's pretty interesting. I mean, just it's great. Hey, what's going on? Oh, so sorry, something fucked up was going on. Anyways, great record. Really need to know how to angle these shots, especially with that craft work. Um, oh yes, this is one of my favorite records of all time. Minute Buzz or how Under the Influence of Heat by the Minutemen. 1985 we're talking about here. Great, great, great album. I love this album. Absolutely, just 100%. I mean, I just love the guitar playing. I love everything on this album. It's just absolute. I mean, to compare it to Black Flag, I actually think I like the Minutemen better because I just think the Minutemen were more. First off, they were nicer people, but also they were. I can't. I mean, I'm squinting a lot. Sorry, we gotta hold this video. But I like the. There we go. I like how, they're just very talented musicians. I think more than Black Flag. I just think they're more intelligent than Black Flag. So and they made more better albums than Black Flag because I think I like only the first two albums from Black Flag. So yeah, The Minutemen, great record, love it to death. And then finally we got ourselves Nina Simone. I know, many people are probably, especially my noise rock and punk friends, probably think I'm very pretentious, but who the fuck cares? Um, this is from 1958, I think. If I look up the date of the date on it, I think it's 1964, 1958, or 1959, somewhere between those years. And it's I love Nina Simone. I mean, just for relaxing music, I think she's very relaxing to listen to, and her life is very tragic. And it's just such a beautiful voice, such a beautiful, singer and songwriter. Just absolutely fucking hate this shit. That's one of the downsides of vinyl records, besides the fact that they're expensive and you can't listen to them everywhere. So that's basically all the records I have, or that I would call my collection. So hope you enjoyed this video, even though it was very disorganized. Fuck it, I'm just gonna go uncut. Let's see who watches this from beginning to end. And so yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Nothing special, just my record collection to anyone who actually cares about it, because there's millions of videos like this, so, and there's tons of people who are better at it than me. So yeah, that's it. See you guys.